river Weishui flows through the northwestern suburbs of Xi'an. When people set off westwards along the Silk Road, this is where their friends and relations would see them off. They held farewell parties in the inns, many of which lay along the riverbanks. There used to be a custom of breaking off a twig from one of the willow trees that grew along the river and giving it to the departing traveler. They used to bend the twig into a circular shape as a kind of prayer for a safe return. Many great works of Chinese literature have been written about the pain of parting at the beginning of the Silk Road, but none more famous than the words of the Tang poet Wang Wei. The traveler's willow tokens are fresh and green, and I offer you a toast, for you are departing towards the setting sun, and soon you will be a part of the past. Bade farewell to our hosts in Xi'an and departed across the river for Donghuang, for the Taklamakan Desert, and for lands unknown.
Take a journey on the Silk Road, Marco Polo's ancient route to China. Produced at a cost of $50 million and requiring over 10 years to produce, the Silk Road video collection is comprised of separate adventures linking ancient and modern-day Asia. Broadcast to outstanding critical acclaim in over 25 countries, the Silk Road is now available on video for the first time. With the entrancing music of Kitaro as a backdrop, each of the episodes in the collection focuses on the history, art, and culture of one of the world's most inaccessible regions. In the glories of ancient Chang'an, you'll visit the starting point of the Silk Road, Chang'an, the world's largest city in the 7th century. You'll see the incredible clay army, buried for almost 2,000 years. The discovery of these 6,000 statues was an archaeological triumph, and the Silk Road crew were the first foreigners allowed to photograph it. Thrill at the sculptures deep in the world's largest tomb, and then enter China's most hallowed Buddhist temple. Examine the hidden underground murals of a legendary princess, and walk the only man-made object visible from outer space, the Great Wall of China. In 1,000 kilometers beyond the Yellow River, you'll cross the Yellow River in a goatskin raft. Gaze in awe at the same giant Buddha that Marco Polo saw 700 years ago. Look with amazement at the huge water wheels that irrigate miles of Chinese croplands, and visit the secret caves of Bingli Sea, never before photographed by a television crew. Then transverse the forbidden corridor between the mountains and the Gobi Desert, where the Huns battled the Chinese for control over the most prized horses in the world. In the art gallery in the desert, you'll tour the legendary Magao Caves at Dunhuang, over 500 caves filled with more than 3,000 murals and statues, dating back to the 4th century AD, an oasis of history located in the middle of the Gobi Desert. These incredible man-made caves are an architectural masterpiece and the dream of art scholars around the world. Now, you will be among the first Westerners to visit them, and you'll see for yourself why these artifacts are considered to be among the most priceless treasures on Earth. In the Dark Castle, you'll encounter a mysterious ghost castle situated in the Gobi Desert. These ruins are all that remain after Genghis Khan obliterated the legendary city of Karakoto and exterminated the people that built it. After the Russian explorer Kozlov unearthed the castle, he took its incomparable treasures to the Russian art museum, the Hermitage. The castle, believed by the Chinese to be cursed, has not been entered for over 50 years until now. The castle stands near the Russian-Chinese border and is in a sensitive military zone normally closed to anyone but the Chinese army. You can only visit this region today via the Silk Road. The journey continues in search of the lost kingdom of Lulan, where you'll discover a lost kingdom which vanished into the sands of the desert. Join the first journey in half a century to seek these ruins. You'll uncover Silk Road relics that have been buried for over a millennium, and you'll unearth a mummy that's been preserved in a secret grave for over 2,000 years. The wind-carved rocks of the desert surround you at every turn. You'll gaze in amazement at the beauty that has taken nature and eternity to create. In across the Taklamakan Desert, you'll be the first foreign visitors in over 75 years to visit the ancient Buddhist city of Muran. Visit the beautiful home of a Chinese farmer and his family, and the gardens and vineyards that surround their land. Meet nomads in an oasis town, and be delighted as the village children sing and dance for you. You'll then attempt to cross the desert described by the locals as the place from which nothing living returns. After losing your way in the 120-degree heat, your caravan will stumble into ancient ruins and then attempt a night escape across the desert to safety. The Silk Road is an opportunity to travel through Asia as never before possible. Experience a voyage into the past by visiting the present. Examine the art, thrill to the scenery, and enjoy the hospitality of the people of these far-off regions. Your copy of the Silk Road will be your passport to an unforgettable journey.